A triple zigzag is a rare 5-wave corrective structure labeled as a wave W, X, Y, X, Z. Inside wave W, wave Y, and wave Z, we want to see a simple zigzag structure in a wave A, B, C, a 5-wave impulsive move in a wave A, a 3-wave corrective structure in B, and a 5-wave impulsive move in a wave C. The 2 wave X's can be any corrective structure. A triple zigzag can appear in any of the structures that are wrote in the box over here. Wave A of a flat structure, wave B, X, 2, 4, then wave C or D of a triangle, because wave C or D has a higher probability of being a more complex zigzag structure like a double or triple zigzag, and the subwaves of a leading or ending diagonal. It's also good to know that a triple zigzag WXY is a sharp corrective movement where you expect price to move either up or down sharply in a triple zigzag compared to a more horizontal corrective structure. The first invalidation of this scenario is the start of your wave W, but the moment you have your wave Y, the invalidation is going to move towards the upside to the low of your first wave X. The moment you move towards the upside for wave Z, that is when the invalidation moves towards the upside to the low of the second wave X. The common target area for your wave Y is around the 1-to-1 trend-based sub-extension taken from the start to the end of W to the end of wave X. The 0.618 to the 1-to-1 and the 1-to-1 to the 1.618 is an uncommon target area. Of course, you can be a bit more precise by also measuring the target of your wave C in this zigzag structure. The common target area for your wave Z is exactly the same, commonly around the 1-to-1 trend-based sub-extension taken from the start to the end of wave Y to the end of your wave X. A uncommon target area is the 0.618 to the 1-to-1 and the 1-to-1 to the 1.618. The common target area for your wave X is between the 3A2 and the golden pocket, where preferably your wave X is not going to touch the 0.7 Fibonacci, because if it does, it significantly decreases the probabilities for a double or a triple zigzag. The Fibonacci pool is from the start to the end of your wave W for your first wave X, and for the second wave X you take a fib from the start to the end of your wave Y. The moment you count a triangle inside your first or your second wave X, it does change the target area for your wave Y or your wave Z. Now the common target areas between the 618 and the 1-to-1 trend-based sub-extension taken from the start to the end of your wave W or your wave Y to the end of your first or second wave X. A uncommon target area is now the 1 to the 1.618. In other words, if we are looking for a WXY and then another XZ, if you have a triangle in your first wave X, the target area for your wave Y is between the 618 and the 1-to-1. And if you have a WXYXZ and you have a triangle in the second wave X, the common target area for your wave Z is between the 0.618 and the 1-to-1. The common Fib-time target for your wave Y is around the 1-to-1 Fib-time taken from the start to the end of W to the end of wave X. However, wave Y ending between the 0.618 and the 1.618 is perfectly fine. Same is true for your wave Z, where a common target for Z time-wise is around that 1-to-1 Fib-time taken from the start to the end of Y to the end of your wave X, but the 0.618 to the 1.618 is perfectly okay for your wave Z. Now for the 2 wave X's, you like to see wave X end at least after the 0.382 Fib-time. For the first wave X, you take the Fib-time from the start to the end of wave W, and for the second wave X, you take it from the start to the end of wave Y. If wave X is going to continue ranging and would hit the 6th Fib-time, it reduces the probabilities for a wave X. It's not an invalidation, but it does have an impact on the probabilities. The volume of a triple zigzag can be very messy because inside your W, your Y and your Z, you have an impulse in A and C, which generally means volume moves towards the upside, but then you have your wave B, your wave X and another B, another X and another B, which are corrective structures where you tend to see volume decline. We also know that a wave C does have a bit of a tendency to end on a high amount of volume. So if we then look at the volume profile, you have your wave A to the upside, B is moving down, wave C to the upside again, then you have your wave X, decline in volume most commonly, then you have your A, your B again, then you have your C, another X to the downside, and then finally your final A, B, and your wave C to the upside, or of course the downside. This is everything that you have to know about a triple zigzag. If there are any questions, please make sure to ask.